Hello, ARPA supporters. It's the third week of November, and I've got another quick update for you this week. Some fantastic news out of Manitoba. Their legislature passed conscience protections for doctors. The ARPA Canada Board is also meeting this week as I speak here in Ottawa. Bill 24 has also passed in Alberta, and there's some important things that we'd like to note there. The Trinity Western case is in the Supreme Court, and that will be heard next week. And ARPA recently released their newest policy report on in vitro fertilization. Let me just give a bit more detail on each of those points. Firstly, Bill 34 was introduced in Manitoba as a response to the legalization of euthanasia and assisted suicide in Canada. It was intended to protect the rights of medical professionals to refuse to assist in killing anyone. This bill passed the Manitoba legislature unanimously a few weeks ago, with the NDP opposition supporting it as well. This is great news for Manitoban doctors. By contrast, the policy in Ontario requires doctors to provide someone who requests euthanasia or assisted suicide with an effective referral to another doctor if they refuse to carry out the killing themselves. Manitoba's government can be recommended for showing leadership in protecting these rights, and we hope to see that repeated across the country. Secondly, ARPA Canada's board is meeting here in Ottawa this week for their annual meetings. The board is made up of volunteers from across the country who sacrifice of their time for this organization. For many of them, this meeting is an opportunity to see our offices here in Ottawa and to interact with some of our new staff. Please pray for guidance as they continue their meetings here this week. Thirdly, Bill 24 in Alberta was a bill that denied information to parents about gay-straight alliance clubs and their children's attendance in those kinds of clubs. It sent a very bad message to Albertan parents that the state considered parents to be detrimental to the safety of their own children, particularly if the parents had religious values. Thus, the state apparently needs to protect your children and give them an environment in which they can be sheltered from their parents on these issues. Because other organizations like JCCF and PCE put out legal analysis and talking points, we were able to focus primarily on the grassroots angle this time around. Supporters like yourselves made a huge push over the first 2 weeks of November, releasing 400 radio ads from Lethbridge to Edmonton, hundreds of thousands of social media ads, over 3,200 emails to MLAs, and hundreds of phone calls to MLAs' offices and to the Education Minister himself. While Bill 24 did pass, we are confident that you sent a strong message to the legislature that you were very concerned about the message that this bill was sending. If you're looking for some more information and resources on protecting yourself and your school community anywhere in Canada with relation to these issues, we recently produced a document entitled Protect Them All, a Christian Case for Eliminating Lists of Special Identity Groups in School Policies. You can find a PDF link below this video or on our website in the resources section. Fourthly, Trinity Western University's law school is at the Supreme Court next week. On November 30th and December 1st, ARPA will be giving opportunity to provide some oral arguments in that case. Essentially, the law school has been approved in all provinces with the exception of BC and Ontario. And the courts of appeal in those provinces released 2 opposing decisions, and the appeals are being brought jointly before the Supreme Court. At the core of the discussion is the community covenant that Trinity Western holds its staff and students to a biblical standard of lifestyle. Please pray for wisdom for the judges so that a good ruling is made that protects Christian communities to live their faith publicly without compromise. Finally, ARPA has released its latest policy report on in vitro fertilization. It is available on our website in a PDF form, or you can find a link of that below this video. Now, thanks for your attention. For the ongoing files that I've mentioned, we'll be providing updates on each of them as they progress. Thanks very much.